Hi friends, I am back with a video. It's been quite a while, but now I'm so excited to share with you all my birth story. The birth of ELVA. Welcome, this is ELVA. Such a happy little beautiful angel. Yeah, I could share a whole video talking for an hour about how much I love her and how amazing she is and how all the small little things she does just fills me up in the day. But we're not going to talk about that in this video. We're going to talk about the birth, and I'm so excited to share this with you all because I had such an amazing birth, and I feel like there's so much fear around giving birth, and I want to share with you all my amazing birth. Very positive story. So there's nothing scary to share, but it's of course it was so intense and it's hard work. I see a birth. How I see a birth is like a hard work. It's like it's working hard, you know, staying focused. Yeah. So I want to start from the beginning. In the morning where I woke up and I started feeling some contractions, and it was very tiny, and I just thought just another day, because the last 2 weeks before that I've had like contractions in the morning, like pre-contractions they call it, I think, and I thought I was not going to give birth today because I was hoping, and I was actually saying that morning, I want to give birth today. I'm giving birth today because it was 2 days over my due date, and I just really wanted to see ELVA. But anyways, so that morning I started getting a little bit of sensations in my belly, or where is it? Like down here in my stomach, belly. Yes, that area where you usually have menstrual cramps, and it felt a little bit like menstrual cramps, but Grant and I went to the grocery store and went shopping, and it was intense for me. It started being like, wow, I felt like it was more than I usual, and so we went home after, and I sat down and I was trying to enjoy my breakfast, and that was hard. I was like, wow, I really want to lay down, so I laid down and I started using so I've been using something called pain-free birth breathing techniques, and there's also some visualization and other things, but mostly I was using the breathing technique it's shown to have an effect on having this pain or experiencing this pain, because something about like when you breathe, if you breathe all the way down in your stomach, all the way down to the contraction, because what a contraction is the stomach or the uterus tensing up around the belly, and it goes all the way up to the lungs. So if you're breathing all the way down in your belly, for some reason it's gonna send more signals up to the brain telling your body that you are in more pain than that you're in really pain. But if you breathe more like that's how you do it, like what is it called in English? I don't remember, but not very deep, you will experience less pain. So that's what I started doing, and oh my goodness, there was a little ant on me. What I experienced was less pain, and it really helped me, and I really don't know what I would have done in my time having contractions without these pain, or without this breathing technique. But I did that, and I was laying down, and I remember when I was thinking about how I wanted my birth, I was like, I'm gonna do yoga, I'm gonna do so many things, I'm gonna move my body to make the baby come all the way down in the pelvic place. Like sometimes they get stuck inside, and so I wanted to move a lot, and I did not want to move. I just wanted to lay down, and it was the best thing on one side. So I did for a few hours, and I wasn't really in active birth, and it wasn't that intense. Honestly, it was just like having menstrual cramps, but they came really regularly, so I really didn't feel like I had much breaks. They would come like every 1 minute, and I would have it only for like 20 seconds. So I was really like hoping they would feel harder and more intense. I was like, please be more painful, please be more painful. I really wanted it to feel so intense and really for a long time, because I've heard that if you have a contraction for 1 minute, then you're in active birth, and I didn't. It would only last for 20 seconds. So I really thought, I'm not in birth. I'm actually not even giving birth today. Maybe it's just my body, because I've had this before, 2 weeks before, many times. So I really hoped that it would get worse, and suddenly it started getting worse. And I had to really concentrate on my breathing, and it helped. But then when it picked up, that's when I really needed Grant to push on my back, and that's just did it. It felt like the pain almost went away when he did that. So he did that for an hour. And then an hour later, I was actually I called my mom, and I said, Mom, it's getting really intense now. I don't think I can do the breathing technique anymore. I want to scream. And that's really how I felt. And I really just felt like this different kind of feeling inside me. I just wanted to, like, it was so wild. And I never felt like that in my body. My body was just going through all these hormones. Oxytocin is the one that makes this keep going. The contractions keep going, and it's how you like give birth with that, whatever. And then after I called her, I hung up, and I said to her, Mom, I want you to come, because I've told my mom. And we've agreed on, my mom is a midwife, that she was going to be there for my birth, and I wanted her to be there with me now, because I couldn't do it alone anymore. And I was at home with Grant, and so I called her to say that I wanted her to come now. So she went on her bike, and on the way, 2 minutes later or something, I called, Mom, actually, I'm wanting to push. That's what I said. I wanted to push, because I started feeling the urge to push. And she said, just blow as much as you can. And then she ran in here, or not ran, she came in here in the room, and I was laying on the bed, and she felt me, and she said, wow, and you're good to go, but you still, my water hasn't broken yet, broke yet. And so that was good. So we called a taxi, and we went in the taxi, and the whole way to the hospital, I was having to like really breathe, like blow, and I've never ever blown as hard in my whole life. I've never blown. I was like so fast, like no, much faster. Like I've never done that in my whole life, and it was insane, but it helped, and it wasn't painful to me at the time, but it was just so intense, because I was wanting to get this baby out. Grant, he thought I was going to give birth at home then, because he was like, and you're ready to give birth, and I was 10 centimeters when my mom came in. So when we came to the hospital, actually before, we couldn't find the hospital, we couldn't find the entrance, so it took a long time for us to get there, and we were driving, and my mom was like yelling, it's that way, no, and it was dark, so we couldn't see anything. But yeah, we finally came there, and we came into the hospital place, and the midwife came out. It's right in here, and they had prepared a bath in there, and then I came and laid on a bed, and the midwife felt me to see how far I was and if I was okay to push. For some reason, I don't know why, because I was. But anyways, she said, wow, yes, you're good to go. So I went in the bath, and I pushed out the baby in 20 minutes or something. Like, it felt like a blink of an eye. And that was actually the most intense. My mom, she's always told me, Anne, pushing out the baby is nothing. It's just nothing compared to the contractions. You need to focus on the contractions. So what I had done was really focusing on the contractions. The whole time before giving birth, I've been like I can do this, I can be in control of my body, I can, all of that. And it was not so painful, but the pushing out part was, wow, more than I thought. It was, and also I was having these like, I felt so powerful too, because, you know, all these hormones going through, so I was screaming. I was not using that breathing technique anymore with like just no sounds or no like, whatever some mothers say when they are having contractions. I never did that. I just was blowing the whole time. But I was loud when I pushed out ELVA. And I liked it. I felt like the midwife once said, and if you don't want to scream that much, you can just stop. And I tried. It wasn't as good. So I kept doing that. And I was happy about screaming. But yeah, she came out pretty easily. I just had to push 2 or 3 times, I think. No, actually I didn't even push really. I tried not to push and just let her come out naturally in the water. But then at the end, or maybe in the beginning, I don't remember if it was the end or the beginning, but something like that, I was like ready to, I felt my body was like ready to just get the last push, and she came out. And Grant catched her in the water and gave her to me on my chest, and I was so high, like it was the most magical time. I was like, she's here. I totally forgot that I was gonna get her. I totally forgot that I was gonna get a baby out of this. I just felt like it was so overwhelming. Like, oh my goodness, she's here. And I was just wow. And then we looked at her, and she was the most beautiful little princess, and we just thought she was the most beautiful baby in the world. So she came out, and it was just amazing. And we found out that it was a girl, and it was wild that it went so fast. My birth, and my body just knew what to do. My body felt like this is the most natural and normal thing, is to give birth. So yeah, I'm so happy how it went. When I was in active birth, where I had 1 minute contraction for 1 minute, it was only for like 2 hours I had that, and it felt like a blink of an eye. Really, it felt like I'm glad I'm so good at giving birth. But also, I don't want to put pressure on other women feeling like they have to give birth that quick, because no one is the same and people give births differently. But one thing I think is really important if you're going to give birth is not to have fear, and to believe that it's going to be good and that you are the best at giving birth, because you are a woman who is supposed to give birth. And I think I really almost had no fear. I don't think I had many fears of giving birth at all. Maybe I had a little fear that I couldn't control myself. Like, that was my biggest fear, is like the contractions. I just couldn't be in the pain. But I now know that I can, and it feels so empowering. I've never felt that empowered my whole life. Like, I feel like I can do anything now, and it's such a great feeling, and it's something that I totally understand why mothers who have given birth feel like after giving birth I can do anything. No, but it's really amazing to have gone through something that's so intense and so hard work, but at the same time you did it. And most women get their babies out in one way or another. It's amazing. Okay, I don't know why it went off, but that was my story, the birth story of ELVA. And I don't know if I shared everything. There's so many small details, but yeah, I want to say thank you for watching this video, and if you felt something, if you have any questions about my birth or anything, just leave them down below, and yeah, I'll get to you. And stay tuned for more videos. I'm really excited about sharing my life with you all now, the life of a mother and the life with me and ELVA. and there will be videos up soon again. I'm sorry about this long break, but I feel like I'm back, but I can't promise that I'll be uploading every week, but I'll try. I wish you all the best and send you much love from me and ELVA. Maybe she won't send you love, but I will send you love. I'll see you. Bye.